try something here. This is a video for those of you that have taken the dive, the plunge, into some of the more high-end sound systems that are available. And this is specifically for S-scale folks because maybe small, but we are capable. So this is for you all, but of course anyone that's interested. So what's going on here is I picked up one of these Lionel Cab 3s, and it consists of this guy right here. And they can be set up different ways. You can set them up to tie into your network in your home, or they can be their own network. I chose to set this up as something connected to my home Wi-Fi. So for starters, because I'm in my basement and my router's about as far away from here as possible, I actually took the unit upstairs by the router. There's a button down here that says, whoops, before we get there, I'm getting ahead of myself. So you take it up, you put it by your router, you plug it in, don't turn it on, and then you can set there's a switch here, it says AP or network, and you choose which way you want that to go. I think if it's AP, you probably don't need to do the following, but if you want it to connect to your home network, my understanding is this will also allow me to use multiple devices with it. Again, that could be a mistake on my part, but anyway, that's what I'm choosing to do. So I turned it on upstairs by my router, pressed the WPS button, held that in for 2 minutes or 2 seconds. This started to flash, and then I held it in on my router, and it took a little bit, and by a little bit, boy, it seemed like 2 or 3 minutes, and then it synced up. And then once it syncs up, then you get this kind of activity here. And the reason it just flashed is because I have the Cab 3 app on my phone here, and I just kind of refreshed it. So I'm going to cycle through here to the engine that I am trying to operate with this. So this is part one. And as far as connections go, there's a connection back point here in the back where you pull one side of basically you're just taking a communicating wire off of the unit and tying it into one leg of your rail. One person I saw mentioned it needed to be in the outside rail. It could be dumb luck that I ended up on the outside rail, but I actually didn't pay attention to that, so it may or may not have worked. Okay, so that's part one, hooking up a legacy system, and it really is about that simple. Then once you have it connected and you have it hooked up to your app on your Bluetooth device, it can be a tablet as well, now you're ready to actually run engines, which is kind of crazy that it's that simple. So the next thing to show you is just what it took to get an engine ready to roll. So over here on the layout, I have this brand new to me Norfolk and Western engine, and it is a thing of beauty and not something I generally run on my layout, but decided to branch out a little bit. So since this had never been run, one of the things I had to do is actually I had to do a short bit of programming to get it to be recognized. So back here you have a switch that has run and program. You simply throw that program, turn your system on, and go to your engine right here. You press this button here, and it gives you these numbers. And this is where you basically program an address for your engine. And I think you can go from 0 to 98. I think that's the range. And then once you do that and you press set, the engine makes a bunch of noises and tells you, hey, we're good to go. And so that's pretty straightforward. So anyhow, I did that earlier. This has been given the number 81 because the number on the cab is 8103. And let's see what happens now. Okay. Apparently we are live here. A little hard to do this with one hand here. There we go. Now you can crank up your RPMs if you're pulling a load. See if it'll do it. There we go. So it's got your RPMs going up. You can do that as a sound effect if you're pulling a heavy load. Obviously you've got a bunch of options on here, including smoke. Now this one does have smoke. Haven't seen it do anything with that yet. So let's go back here. Now let's see, rear coupler. Okay, let's go back here and pick up a train. Now, this is going to be a little harder than I can do probably without giving a little manual assistance being on a curve. But I'm going to go ahead and just manually couple that. All right. Now we're going to change directions. Whoa, what's that? Oh, the train brake. That's a bit anticlimactic. All right, let's try it again. Okay, so there we go. Now with the app, there's other things you can do. You can change the sound volume. You can obviously uncouple. You've got the cab sounds. You've got additional menus here. These are so you can, now let's turn those bells off here. Come on. Oh, you push it up again to make it go off. Okay. Yeah, so you've got some additional volume settings. And if we scroll back, we've got other crew talk, I believe is what those are. But there's a lot I've got to learn. But anyhow, this gives you the basics of what's going on with this cab control. Yeah, cool. And the ditch lights go off after a short amount of time. And there's a little bit of smoke coming out of there, although it's not very heavy. But well, we will see if that changes in the course of time, since this has been sitting new and unrun in a box for, well, since it was new. All right. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you found this helpful for those of you that are branching out into other control systems. And at some point down the road, I'm going to be talking about Blue Nami. And so we'll have some more fun with that. All right. Take care. God bless. Happy Thanksgiving. And thanks for watching. Bye now.